Good morning. Let's start this day here in Thailand. We're gonna have breakfast first, then we are gonna go get a massage, then we are going to go to the steam room. We're gonna do all the things, and then we're gonna get into what my feelings are about Thailand thus far. So let's go. Okay, so before we get into all that, let's talk about our pickup from the airport. As soon as I was leaving the plane, there was someone waiting there for me with a sign, and she was able to escort me through a fast track concierge service. This was something that I pre booked ahead of time so that I could have someone escort me through the terminal and make my life extra easy, extra simple. She also volunteered to carry my bags. At first, I was kind of like, just as a guy, I typically would prefer if I was carrying my bags because that's how my mind works. But I decided to just really be in vacation mode and allow someone to provide for me. Plus, I was paying for the service. So, next, after getting through everything really, really quickly through priority access lanes, we are headed to get the car. This is where the madness is really happening. A lot of times, when you exit the customs area in different countries, you may experience quite a surge in vendors who are wanting you to exchange your money for the currency in that country, or they are providing ride services, or some people are just standing there because they're actually waiting for prearranged services, as you guys can see with people holding up signs. So I definitely recommend always doing this if you can. All right, y'all, we just landed in Bangkok. I'm in the car. I'm headed to the hotel. Oh, wow. All right, so it's pretty warm here. We have about a 1 hour ride to the hotel. I love that because I can see the city and just enjoy it being off the plane. The process for getting through the airport was super quick, super easy. I had a concierge who basically guided me through the entire process because I don't know, it was a lot easier. Got through priority with customs, all that good stuff, so it was nice. I would highly recommend finding a service that will do that for you. And then I was escorted to the car. It made it so stress-free. So I would highly suggest doing something like that. And I'll put some links in the description of this video so that you guys can, figure out how to book those as well. And it's relatively inexpensive, I think, for the peace of mind that you get. So let's enjoy the scenery. This is one of my favorite things about arriving in another country is just kind of checking out the landscape. Sometimes it just reminds me that a city is still just a city, and it will kind of give you a similar vibe to other cities that you've seen anyplace else. I don't know why this was making me think back on when I landed in Tokyo for whatever reason. It kind of gave me the same similar vibe, but maybe it's just the feeling overall. It's definitely different from Tokyo, but it still gave me like something about it just felt familiar to me. So anyway, this drive actually took about an hour because we did have a lot of traffic that we were facing because it was rush hour. So be aware of that when you land here in Bangkok as well. All right, y'all, it's time for the room tour. Okay, so we have arrived. My luggage is still right here. I did have someone bring it up for me. We've got our perfect little luggage space right here. I am a huge fan of having something to sit my luggage on so that I can prop it up. We've also got nice hanging space right here. Since I'll be here for a couple of days, I may hang up some things. So that's nice. An umbrella just in case it rains. I'm not really sure what this is. Oh, it's like a flashlight. It's pretty cool. All right. Oh, and then you have your place the key in the fob here to turn on the lights. And then we have some extra shelving space here. We've got, of course, bottled water. Y'all know I'm a big stickler about having water in the room when you get to a hotel, and I do feel like it should always be complimentary. And we've got tea here as well. And then the mini bar pricing for the different items that are in the refrigerator is right here, because the refrigerated items are actually for purchase, which, to be honest with you, I really don't mind, because as long as I have water, I am good. And I don't really drink that much soda. I mean, I might in a fit of rage. All right, so then we have this interesting configuration here. This is very fascinating to me, because there's the sink here and then there's this mirror here. I'm a big fan of mirrors, right? And of course, you've got your facial mirror right there. You've got all your amenities here, towels, all that good stuff. But then when you turn these stairs, you've got your tub situation right here directly in front of this window, which is going to be amazing for me because I love being able to take a hot bath and look out the window. Now, the next thing that you'll notice is there's a mirror here as well. So when I saw this, I thought immediately, I was like, oh, the shower is gonna be maybe right there. But no, the shower is actually here. So you step into this little area and the shower is here. Now, again, it's fascinating because you have this window here and you're gonna be showering here. So if you're an exhibitionist, I mean, you'll get your thrill. I am one of those types of people, I don't really care because I don't really feel like people can see in here anyway, so I don't really think about it that much. But the view is superb. So we'll go down these stairs and then we will enter what I like to call the throne room. Do I see bidet? Interesting. It's not really the kind that I typically like, but everything is clean and we can close the door, which I love, and you can have that space in private. All right, so now let's enter the main suite area. I really like this a lot because I just kind of feel like it's just very relaxing. The lights are controlled by a panel right there, so you can turn the lights on and off here. You got your little end tables here, and of course we have a nice little desk situation here for if I need to get some work done. I need to find the outlets, but then you have this stunning view of Bangkok. I just love this. I'm the type of person that when I stay in a hotel room, I actually like to sleep with the windows open because I like to see the city lights. And I love waking up to the sunlight as well. So I am pretty excited about this. And they've got a rooftop bar. They've got so many other nice little things that kind of go along with it. I kind of feel like this is pretty nice. All right, y'all. So it is what time? It's like lunchtime, I think. So let's check out what we got for lunch. All right, so I got some fried rice, of course, egg. I think that's maybe some type of sauce. I'm not even eating all that. But I also got some fries because I'm super hungry. Okay. So, this is not a mukbang or anything like that. 9 times out of 10. I am not eating on camera, but I'm starving. So I wanted to talk to you about my first impressions of Thailand. Like, what am I feeling? How do I feel about the hotel? All the things. I think in a previous video, I told you guys how I was feeling kind of guilty about traveling, just because most of my weekends have been spent traveling home to see my mom since my dad passed. And I was just like, this is the longest I've been away from not only home, but also my mom. So it was just kind of like, how am I feeling about this? And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, when I first got here, like, and even during the travels, I was just like, ugh, because, you know, we did the whole Turkish Airlines situation. And when we landed, I had gotten a concierge service that would take me through a fast track when I landed in Bangkok. So there was essentially somebody there waiting with a sign that said Richie Skye, and she pretty much whisked me through the entire, like, getting into the country process. I felt like this was super simple, super smooth, and it was definitely worth paying the extra amount for. And then my car service was also really, it was maybe, I waited probably about 10-15 minutes before the check-in for the car service. And then it took me about maybe 45 minutes to an hour to get from Bangkok airport to the hotel. So the hotel that I'm staying at it's pretty nice. Like, I feel like it has everything that I need. I have a view of the city. Let's see if you guys can see that really quickly. That is the view. Definitely just beautiful to just sort of like take in, and it gives really nice natural light. So that's really, really good, especially during the daytime. I did a video last night on my news channel, and I was in the bed. The lighting was kind of interesting, but it's all good. Let's get into my impressions of Thailand. All right, so far so good. I feel good. You know, last night when I got in, I was super tired so I got in maybe about 3:30, and from the time I got here, which was maybe about 4:50 or 5 o'clock, I was wiped out, okay? Let me tell you something. The jet lag coming from the US to Southeast Asian countries it wears me out, okay? That's why I always get here like a day or two early before the group trip actually starts, because I really need to like relax my mind. And I was just out of it. My cousin landed, she checked into the hotel, but I could not get out of the bed to go see her or go to her room, check out what her room looked like compared to mine, which I have now since done. And hers is very different from mine, but I ultimately like mine for several different reasons. Number one is there was a lot of like, oh God, I hate to even tell y'all this. Like, your boy was a diva. When I saw my cousin's room this morning, I actually was like, oh no, let me switch, because her room is actually a bit bigger than mine. However, this is an executive suite, and her room is a deluxe room. So I'm assuming that the executive suite is supposed to be maybe like a little bit more of an elevated experience. I really don't know. What I do know is there was some ambient noise, because I actually switched rooms after seeing hers. And then when I got to the other room, I was like, oh no, there's like ambient noise in here that sounds like crickets. I was like, how am I supposed to be able to record content when all I hear is crickets? And it sounded like water. I can't really explain it, y'all. It was what it was. I had them switch me back to my same room. So yeah, your boy was a bit of a diva today. But I feel like when you paying for something, like, you gotta get what you gotta ask for what you want. And if you don't like it, then switch it back. But anyway, so did all that. But before I even got into the switching of the rooms, I want to tell you guys, I did go down to breakfast this morning. I felt like breakfast, the buffet, it was relatively nice. Had some good food, chilled with my cousin, talked, yapped it up, tried to figure out what we were going to do today. Then I went and made a spa appointment. So I had some time getting a massage, about 60 minutes. I might make another appointment for tomorrow, because it was only about maybe $30 in US dollars. And then I went to the steam room. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I have the most spiritual awakenings when I go to a sauna or a steam room, where I can just like just drift. And I remember thinking to myself, okay, I know that every time I enter these spaces, that like I feel I can like literally feel God speaking to me, and I'm always like just trying to be open to like, all right, God, what are you telling me? What are you telling me? What are you telling me? What's the next step? What's the next step? What am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to get from this experience? And honestly, it just felt like I was floating. I felt like I was floating into heaven. That's what I felt like. So if you are someone who feels like you need, I don't know, maybe it feels like therapy to me, but I felt the same way when I went to the spa in Virginia. I feel like there is a spiritual experience that happens for me whenever I enter like a very heated space like that, that's supposed to be for detoxification, purification, those types of things. So I did that. I had that moment, and then I went up to the pool, which is absolutely beautiful. The pool is like, it's on the rooftop. It's not huge. It's a very nice space. There were people up there lounging. There's music playing. It was just totally relaxing. It was great for after the spa and getting my muscles massaged and all that good stuff like that. So now it is lunchtime and I'm about to eat. And so my sister got here. I think there's maybe one or two other people here from the trip. So the fun thing about when we do these trips is that I really try to make it so that, okay, obviously we will have group time, right? But we also I want you to take this trip and make it what you want it to be. So, we have travelers that will come, that will stop in other countries. I think somebody stopped in Malaysia. I think one of the other members of our group, she's here and she's off doing her things. She also was with us in Bali. So the people that have traveled with us to Bali have also come with us to Thailand. So it really does feel like a little bit of a family type of situation that we all get to travel together. And I love it. I think that if you are someone who has wanted to go out of the country and you've wanted to see, some of these beautiful spaces, I can tell you that I haven't done much yet, but there's an energy that I feel like is a vibe here for me. I can't really explain to you what it is that I feel just yet. It will probably become more apparent to me as time goes on. But so far, just being in the hotel, just the vibe of the staff, it just feels good. I can't really explain it to you. I really can't. I wish I could. But, that's where I'm at with it. It's probably what time is it now? It's 3:33 p.m. in the afternoon. And we are going to, I think, venture out to the mall. And we're going to go get, my cousin loves hot pot. So we're going to go and get some type of hot pot. Listen, I'm just here for the vibes, okay? I'm just here for the vibes, here for the relaxation of it all. And I'm here for the travel therapy. Because for me, I got to tell y'all the truth. I do feel like travel is one of the best forms of therapy. I can't explain what it is. There's something about experiencing a new place, a new environment that just feels very healing to me. And so I'm excited to see what else is in store. And I feel like this is one of those, when I'm on vacation, I always feel like every day is going to be exciting and fascinating, and something exciting is going to happen. So I can't wait to see what exciting things happen. And what I notice is I'm also very intentional when I'm on vacation. I'm very purposeful with my thoughts, which is so interesting to me, that I am actually more purposeful with my thoughts when I'm on vacation than I am when I'm at home. I think it's because I'm constantly in go mode when I'm at home, that I don't have time to really stop and think and process. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. Wow. Interesting thoughts. I can't help but stare outside at this view, y'all. It is just, look at it. It's just like stunning to me. It's just something about a city view. I don't know what it is. So anyway, that is my impression of Thailand so far. This is day one. And I will give you guys more of my impressions as the day goes on. My food is getting cold, so I'm going to go eat right now. But yeah, I think if you get the chance to come to Thailand, I feel like you definitely should. So far, so good. We'll see how things continue to go, and I'll let you know. And you know what? fun, something I will do. Anybody that's willing, I will actually bring them onto the channel and then have them give you their impressions of Thailand. Because I think it's one thing when you hear it from me, but it's also good when you hear it from somebody else. Okay, so with that being said, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I will be giving you more Thailand updates as we go along. Follow me on Snapchat too, so you guys can get real-time updates as well. Be sure to follow me on Instagram too. I think I'm just gonna post more on there. I'm gonna make social media feel like what I want it to feel like, and I'm not gonna worry about like what feels like a curated post anymore. I just made that decision like this. I think this morning. Yeah, just kind of like something just hit me. Something just hit me. There's this thing I feel like that's happening on social media right now, where sometimes I feel like everything is like either really, really curated or like they're like hitting you across the face because they want you to buy something, and that's cool too. Because there are times where I want you to do something, like want you to come with me on these trips, but it's also so you can get something out of it, right? So I feel like when you have that intention, I feel like it's that good intention. I feel like it's great, but I also feel like there's a lot of like political noise that's happening as well, and some of it is, I mean, I don't want to say there's a lot of it that we need to know, right? But it almost feels like overwhelming at certain points, so that when you get on social media, you end up kind of feeling bad because you realize there's so much like being thrown at you all at once. And I think that's probably the intention as well. But I think one of the things that I have come to realize is that I also have to make space for the things that I want to see and the things that I can do to help make people feel good about being online. And I just think that if I operate from that space of what my intentions are, then I can become a more conscious creator. I can also operate within, like, speak to the people that I need to speak to, and that's it. I'm not worried about anybody else. I'm worried about the messaging for the people that need to receive my message, and that is it. And I think by focusing on that, and then I also I think you can focus on a couple of causes that feel good to you to support during this period of time. I think that's also very helpful, so that you don't overwhelm yourself by trying to think about everything, because you can't fix everything. And when you do want to fix something, call your member of Congress. There you go. That's the plan. That's the play. Be proactive instead of being reactive to the situations that you see, so that you don't fall into the doom scroll spiral. I don't want that to be the case for my social media or anybody that follows me. So it's up to me to do something about it. So those are my thoughts. That's my TED Talk. Welcome to Thailand. More on that later. Subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you in the next